All right, Taurus, welcome back to our Love Nest. We're going to jump right into your channel messages and see for my Taurus placements. All right, Spirit, what's the channel message for Taurus placements? Taurus, I'm hearing you are going to be, I heard filthy rich. All right, something about your desires are manifesting. The energy is right for you. The time is right for you. All right, I'm picking up on you having the gift of gab, magic, the way that you pour into your work. Something about you being self-employed. All right, for my self-employed creatives, those of you that just feel this draw or this call to action, call to do something. You're answering that call. And I feel like this action, this call to action that you're feeling is what's driving your creativity. I'm seeing a visualizer. I'm seeing someone create a music video visualizer or considering it. If you do, it's going to be extremely successful. I feel like it's going to attract a lot of people like completely obsessed with it. The energy right now in general is obsessive in general, like the excess of something. Like, I gotta have it, I want it. All right, there's a lot of implantation happening right now, is what I'm seeing here. And by the time spring comes, like, there's a lot of implantation is intercourse, okay, happening during this time. So when spring season gets here, there's going to be you're gonna wake up, yeah, the magician, okay? You're gonna wake up from being under that love spell, being under that addiction, and it's like whatever you were consumed by, whatever you indulged in, that's the baby. Okay, so if you were indulged in creativity, springtime come, you'll have that record, you'll have that CD. If you were engulfed in, just being like horn dogs and effing like rabbits, then you'll have a baby. Okay, so whatever you indulging right now, it's gonna spring upon you in the spring. Okay, and you're gonna be like, wow, so this is what I spent my currency on. So right now everybody's been cut energy checks. All right, Taurus, your energy check looks like visualizers, creativity, the gift of gab. I'm seeing employment, new jobs, new opportunities. You're just gonna have an influx of creativity, and if you harvest it, not harvest it, but if you plant those seeds and you put it into action, and you keep showing up for it like a relationship, and you keep engaging in it over and over and over and over again. Like I said, this is a season of mating. Okay, this is the mating season. You're going to receive a lot of recognition from it. And you're going to remember back to how, wow, I planted these seeds and it sprouted into this. I would have never known it could have become this big. So a lot of viral energy, a lot of, what's that thing called? Hits, like hit singles and stuff like that is coming up in this energy. Yeah, the Ace of Swords, huh? The Ace of Swords. We're gonna leave this out for a second because I feel like the Ace of Swords want to tell me something. There are going to be some people that didn't listen to this. There are going to be some people that didn't listen to the signs of the times. They didn't receive. That's not what they were told to do. They were not told to do X, Y, and Z. They were not told to engage in certain activities, and so they're going to be restricted. Their options are going to be restricted. There's going to be, like, this negotiation didn't go well. And so when I see the Ace of Swords, this is telling me like a new beginning, a new creativity, new content, new whatever. That is not new skills. That's not going to be coming through. Like you won't really know. It's like just kind of like sticking to what you got, sticking to what you know. But also there was what they're pretty much saying is like everybody that has Taurus placement was presented with the same offer. Some took it and some didn't. Some chose to go the opposite way, and they didn't want to participate in the hunter-gatherer, the harbinger, or whatever. They didn't want to participate in they didn't want to be practical in this way. And I feel like ultimately you good about it. I feel like this is that energy where it's like, don't hate on other people that did, even though you didn't. You get what I'm saying? It's like, some people may feel like, oh, well, I'm going to be the saved one, or I'm going to be the blessed one because I didn't do what you told me to do. I did it my own way. And that's great. The Ace of Swords is like saying, whether you liked the message or not, whether you wanted to receive the truth or not, it still came to you. You know, not everybody that's stranded out in the ocean is going to take the raft that God brings to them because they don't like the delivery, or they don't like the person delivering it to them. You get what I'm saying? But that didn't mean that God didn't send you a life raft. Okay? You had options. You just restricted them to one particular channel, one particular way, and that was a personal choice. And so you will try again next year, because I'm seeing like a good 10, something that you could have done in a matter of a year may take 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with taking the 10-year route, because it's not being open. It's being too rigid and too stubborn, not wanting to be open to new ways of thinking, new ways of magic, new waves of anything. It's like I'm sticking to what I'm used to. And so I feel like the right people won't be mad at you. The angels are not mad at you. You're afraid of change, and that's okay. But I feel like as you become a leader, you stimulate economies, right? When you're given more responsibility, it is ultimately to stimulate economy. Like you have to stimulate the system, the economy, the collective. It's all something that you don't want to just keep squeeze, and then you don't take the compost from all that you squeezed and then put it back where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Put it back into Mother Nature and allow it to reproduce again. This is saying that the old ways of doing things was, I'm going to squeeze it because it's not broke, so I'm not trying to fix it. I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to do it my way. And then I'm going to will through fear. I feel like what this is saying is Spirit's been trying to show humanity that wielding through fear and power and control, this or that rigidity, has only been like squeezing the orange dry until there's nothing left anymore. You're not giving it time to regenerate itself. So there's something about periods of regeneration. Okay, so what about the periods of regeneration? Like, yeah, you have to get comfortable with being patient and not knowing when something is going to come in. And so I feel like what Spirit is pretty much saying, Taurus, is when it comes to y'all energy, comfort is your sweet spot. Wherever you have Taurus placements, okay, that's your sweet spot. It likes to be in, especially Taurus and Venus, it likes to be in that position. Taurus sun sign energy as well. It likes to be in those placements. The moon too. This, if you have like Taurus and Mars, this can kind of put you in the energy of like, oh, I want this. Oh, I want shiny this. I want shiny that. But you never put in practical work to actually see it come into fruition. And so the thing about Taurus energy right now is they're pretty much saying a lot of y'all have been very indecisive and restricted the options that could potentially come your way because it didn't look how you wanted it to look. No, don't eat in the room. It didn't look how you wanted it to look. It didn't play out how you wanted it to play out or how you expected them to play out. And so some of y'all got complacent. You weren't convinced. And so some of y'all didn't do anything. You just imagined more, daydreamed more about it, but you never made a choice. Right? And so when Spirit was saying make a choice, choose, it's like, no, I'll stay here. That doesn't sound safe. Doesn't sound like I wanted to hear, and Spirit tried multiple different ways with this Seven of Cups energy to snap you out of those rose-colored glasses that make you make a choice, make a decision. Time is now. This is the year. This is your year. And some of y'all did and some of y'all didn't. That's what I'm seeing here. Seven of Cups. Some of y'all, the Ace of Swords is like, I don't remember if you said it. If someone would have said it this way, I would have heard it. And that's one of the things about your energy, Taurus, is that y'all be requiring people to say things in a way that y'all want to hear it, so y'all feel better about the decision you're about to make. And that is a lot. That is a very extensive expectation when it comes to communication, especially when it comes to spirit. I described this before of communication with spirit having to be so narrow. You see here, this is like a fear of change. Okay, this is also the hangman position. This is saying that, listen, I'm asking spirit to give me a major event in my life that puts me in a hangman position, that requires me and forces me to sit and reflect, that forces me to see things from more than one perspective. And so you guys manifested a lot of disappointment. All right. So you have no one to be mad at except yourselves, is what Spirit is saying. Because the Two of Wands in reverse, it's like you literally had a front row seat watching all these stars come before you. You really had multiple different examples come before you, and you had a front row seat. You got up close and personal for 2 years straight. You received so much through spiritual downloads, spiritual messages, all types of stuff. And you just condescendingly watched other people do it, waiting for one of the examples to validate or to prove to you that this was the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? It's like waiting for the sky to fall. Chicken Little. Six of Wands. So this would be, some of y'all, okay, Spirit want to talk to y'all today. I don't have no control over Spirit. I don't have these control issues. One of the issues here is that Spirit wants to talk to some of y'all that have Taurus placements. This is who you are in the crowd. You see the same Two of Wands here? This is who you are in the crowd. This is the position of these Taurus placements that I'm talking to. Okay? And so there's going to be an event. There's going to be several events that confirm, like, hey, no, this is the wreath. This is the winner. This is the winner. And I asked this person to do this. I asked these stars, okay, to literally perform for you, manifest. Let me work my miracles and magic through you. And the limited belief system, rose-colored glasses, would be one of the things, the major issues that you're gonna listen. These angels were told, and some of y'all Taurus is you. Okay, it depends on what you resonate with. Some of them were told, hey, they're gonna throw things at you, they're gonna call you this, they're gonna call you that, but I want you to shine your brightest light. I don't care if you're a janitor. I want you to be the most successful janitor. I don't care if you are imperfect. I want you to be the most imperfect person. But I'm about to make an example out of a lot of these people that fear change, using you. The people that say maybe tomorrow, and then they're disappointed in love, right? And they sit around and they talk about people. They blame the third party energy, but they didn't do anything. 3 of Cups. They thought, oh, I just walked away. That was enough. Who said that? That's not what Spirit has said. Walking away alone wasn't enough. What did you do in regards to your life purpose, right? You walk away from one situation and then Spirit tells you, Ace of Swords, I want you to start fulfilling your life purpose and focus on that. And it's like, okay, I'm going to walk away. But what did you do when you walked away? Did you fulfill your life purpose? No, you didn't want to do that because you thought by you walking away, it was going to give you immediate gratification. It was going to get the person that you wanted. 6 of Cups energy. You sat around and waited for that instead. Did the very, very, very bare minimum. So you couldn't take it no more. And then you're like, well, come on now. It's been about 6-10 weeks. I still don't see that person coming back around. I'm disappointed in love now. I don't want to hear about love no more. So you sit around and you hate on love readings and you hate on other people that is happening for. And it all stems from, and I know this is not something that you want to hear because my brain is hurting. Okay. You go to that job every single day and you're unhappy. Completely unhappy. Now you're contemplating if you want to do something strange for a little bit of change to get someone's attention because you don't trust this route that you were told to go down. You don't trust this route. You don't fully and truly trust it. You trust it just a little bit. If it raises your status, if it raises your material gain, if it raises your value in the 3D. But this is saying you haven't really wanted to put in the real work to raise your vibration spiritually, to love yourself. You need a reason. You've needed a reason to do this based off of being disappointed in love. And you use all of that till you squeezed it all out. Now you ain't mad no more. But you still feel like you didn't get what you want. So now you feel like you was guided all the way out here to love yourself. And you did all this for what? Why isn't walking away from something just because you love yourself enough? Why is it that there has to be a replacement? So I'm speaking to a lot of you that have made decisions based off of feeling as if feeling as if I lost my train of thought. Something about your replacement. Making these decisions. Yeah, making these decisions based off of someone learning a hard lesson and seeing that they're it's like, how can I describe it? With the Queen of Cups energy, Spirit, give me an example. If you leave someone because they cheat on you, you left them because they cheated on you. And so as a way of loving yourself, yes, you would leave them ultimately because they cheated on you. But when you're not mad about it no more, and you forgive them, then you want to get back with them, right? Because it was always from the moment you left about teaching them not to do a bad thing. It was not about loving yourself for real, for real. But when you leave someone because there's no chemistry, they didn't do anything wrong, y'all don't even argue, but you genuinely feel as if y'all are not meant to be together, or you're meant to be doing something different, then there's no cause as the reason why you would walk away from them, except the fact that you love yourself and you want more. You want to honor your own self-love journey. That's the type of difference, right? You're doing it because you love someone. So even if that person changes or get better, or they do find someone better, it wouldn't change your ultimate decision of walking away, because you didn't walk away for a bad reason. You walked away because you had to honor something that you felt flowing inside of you. I hope that makes sense for whoever it's meant for, because I almost lost my train of thought. So I know this ain't something that you really want to hear, but it is what it is. That's the difference between, the 3D and the spiritual realm. There's more than one verse. Some of y'all have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your other placements, like your top 3. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right. I feel like I'm talking to placements that are a little bit more deeper. Like you have Taurus in your chart. So technically, it's like, well, I have Taurus in my chart, so you have to talk to me too. And yes, it's very much true. Having Taurus placements is Taurus placements. But at the end of the day, based off of your particular journey and giving yourself like all the pieces to your puzzle, you're going to want to read more than just your sun sign, more than just your Venus, more than just your Mars, more than just, you're going to really want to dive into the aspects of yourself. Like Osiris, you have to put yourself back together again. I mean, like Isis, you have to put your body, the big O, Osiris, back together again. And it's all parts of you. Okay, if you genuinely want to be free. And you see how I'm talking, and I'm talking in past tense, because I can sense that you haven't done it yet. I can sense with my own intuition that I'm speaking to a level of consciousness that 7 of Cups, you ain't quite got it yet, but you're also receiving the material long before you're going to get it. So because you're receiving the material, right, and it's not quite clicking all the way, like it may be clicking a little bit, but it's because you're distracted. You're too distracted by how long it's taking. You're too distracted by the things you've had to walk away from, how lonely you feel. And so you're using these readings as hope, just to hold on, just to make you feel, just to do it tomorrow. But Spirit's trying to get you to take action, take initiative, follow your life purpose. And it's like, no matter what Spirit say is about your life purpose, something keeps you from embarking on your life purpose the way that you're supposed to. Like you can't get over the things that you've missed, the abandonment you've experienced, the fears that you have. It's like, I'm going to do it, but I just need a reason. You're waiting on, which is a karmic way of responding to situations. If you're waiting on someone to betray you as a way to push you to do it, that experience going to come back around the line with just with another person. But if you need Big Daddy Saturn to come into your life and teach you a lesson, it's not going to ever be pretty. Saturn is not, listen, Saturn is like grandpappy. Okay, you just don't want to have to get him involved. We don't want to have to get him involved if we don't have to. Let's stick with let's just play with Aries energy. Let's just talk about your ego. Let's keep it with that one, because Saturn's the type of energy that would pretty much like do it to you raw with no lubrication in your face while you're watching, type of shit. It's very uncomfortable. It's the type of this type of energy where if you're acting like you don't see, tragedy. Okay, I'm gonna make you remember. Finality, I'm gonna make you remember. Or I'm going to make that person, no matter what you do, you can say, I love you, I miss you, I want you, no matter what you do, that person will never come back to you. That's the type of energy that Saturn does. I'm hearing, what about me? What about me? What about me? TT, pick up on me. Listen, everyone has a person. Everyone has someone that's meant for them. Everyone. And a lot of y'all don't even realize that some of y'all, you got to stop watching and you got to start doing. You got to start taking action. You got to start going where your spirit is leading you. But hell, I just be preaching to the choir because y'all going to do what y'all want to do. Okay, y'all going to do what y'all want to do. Because you're karmic. That's what spirit is saying. A lot of y'all be watching me is karmic. And you don't even know where to begin. But if you triggered, that's because the shoe fits. Like, oh, I'm single. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Yeah. But the friends you keep doing a lot of stuff wrong. Your house ain't clean. The friends you keep, y'all all be doing stuff. And you know of a couple of people, and so the company that you keep is a reflection of you. You're guilty by association, babes. So spirit is looking at you, your friends, your connections, how y'all all get along together. Y'all got mutual kind. Y'all kinfolk around here. And so y'all all getting bad news together. Their bad news is your bad news, because y'all like to frolic around with each other. And so it's not personal. It's on purpose. You know, divination ain't the place that you go to want to go around lying to yourself. Divination is the place that you go when you're ready to stop lying to yourself. You still want to lie to yourself? You know, I don't know. Watch a movie. But even that, they put it in your face. We have the 7 of Wands. Okay, Sharon. I hear you. 2 of Cups. You believe that this is your person. The 2 of Cups is here. You're right. You're right. You believe that this is your person. You standing on business about it. I'm not giving up on my person. I'm not giving up on my person. I keep hearing someone say this over and over again. I'm not giving up on my person. I'm choosing me. I'm not giving up on my person. We're always together. The Lovers and the High Priestess in reverse. You know what this is saying with the Lovers and the High Priestess in reverse? This is infatuation, not love. And listen, I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. This is infatuation. This is not love. You're in love with the things you guys do for each other. You're in love with the flesh. Spirit gonna know. Spirit's gonna know. You could be single as a Pringle. Single as a Pringle. And you in a whole you believe you are waiting for your person to to wake up. This is the narrative. What I'm sensing here, 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands. This is the narrative of the entire collective. Like a love story, lullaby, oop doo doo. And you know, we're in trouble. Something comes along and it busts our bubble. Spirit's been trying to get you to stop watching, stop spying, stop asking questions if this person's coming back, stop looking, stop pacing, stop doing something, watching social media. I don't know what you're doing. Spirit's trying to get you to stop. Stop. Gave you extra work. Some of y'all, Spirit gave y'all jobs, gave y'all opportunities. Everything you asked for, Spirit gave you to keep you busy. But while you working, you listening. And that's what's karmic. So a lesson, you're manifesting a lesson. You multitasking and you working and you doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 1 job. And you're like, oh, I listen to this while I work. Okay. You're listening to see if the seeds that you planted are going in your favor. You're listening to see if your own little manipulation that you was trying to dibble and dabble into is playing out in your favor. All right. You could, because you know with the Empress in reverse, this is saying that this is saying that you're not the one. Y'all are not the one for each other. Y'all are karmic soulmates to each other. Meant to help each other evolve, learn a lesson, but y'all not supposed to be together long term. The idea of you and this person being with other people and happy in those connections, if that makes you sad, if you could not let this person go in that way where you would be happy, you could sit at their wedding and support them and cheer them on without evil eyeing them. Even if you feel like that's your person, if you can't do that and feel like you're able to do that, then examine the way your body feel. Examine the way your body feel. Because I feel like somebody here with the 7 of Cups, I don't know if you watched the other reading from a couple days ago, but it was talking about the rejection, some of the symptoms with the 7 of Cups, the symptoms of when a Taurus walks away from you, or the symptoms of when someone with this superpower walks away from you. It has like a negative adverse effect. And this is one of the symptoms. I can't breathe when I suffocate when you're away from me. So much love you take from me. You're going out of your mind. I'm going to need you to pull it back together. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, okay? Now we get the Ace of Swords. I knew the Ace of Swords was talking to me. 2 of Wands in reverse. Fear of change. 7 of Pentacles. Now, I done invested too much time. I done spent too much time of my life invested into this person. I done spent thousands of dollars on monies trying to see if this person is going monies. Trying to see if this person going to come back to me and hurry up and figure out that we meant to be together. No. Y'all ain't going to like me, but that's okay. Sharon. I gotta come up with a name for the masculine spirit, because I feel like Sharon is my karmic name, and I'm gonna come up with a karmic name for the masculines, but it's coming up strong feminine energy, and you could be a male in your feminine energy, okay? Especially if there's a situation where someone is acting like they don't care, or someone is not taking offense to something that you did to disturb them. And a lot of y'all are males in feminine energy. Okay? And it's because you're in You're that energy of I can't work, I can't function, I don't know what to do. That's feminine energy. You may be doing it, but it's like not knowing if that person is getting your messages, feeling the same way. Like, give me something. You could be watching social media, daydreaming, fantasizing, trying to see if that person is like remembering just a little bit. Like, you need some type of confirmation to get you through the day. Okay, that's an addiction. Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. Yeah, so there's something that was in reverse that spirit is saying you're trying to manifest it upward. You're trying to manifest a second chance. It's not over. And you may feel like, oh, it's because maybe you need to establish yourself better, raise your value or something like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Epiphany in reverse is saying that this person is, some of y'all are telling yourself, no, I don't want this person. I just don't want to have to go through legal situations with them. So we work together. They could go off and be happy with whoever they want to be with. I don't care to be with them anyway. But truth of the matter is, if this person was behaving differently, if this person was the person you used to remember, or if they were treating you better, you would stay with them. So the only thing that's forcing you out of these situations and these connections is a force that's greater than the both of you. And that's because Daddy Warbucks is involved. That's because Saturn is involved. Lessons are involved. And so, again, it goes back to that initial message of you're doing something because it's forced. You're being forced to do it. But in the event that life didn't kick you in the ass and certain situations wasn't happen, you wouldn't choose this for yourself. Which means on some subconscious level, at the depth of your soul, and way back in the back of that membrane, underneath all those layers, there's a remnants of your prior belief system that is still running its own program. There's still remnants of that rose-colored glass, that tinted stain, that pain, or something like that. So I feel like you have to put it somewhere. You have to put that into something to get it out of you. If you want to manifest something new, right? If you want to tell a new visual, if you want to reflect a new reality back into your 3D, we got to work on this. We got to get to that. This is how you build on a solid foundation. Something is at a detriment to itself, like you need to heal. King of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Swords. Five of Wands. Clarify the King of Pentacles in reverse. The Star. Some of y'all, this stems back to like, this could be daddy issues. You know, something. The King of Pentacles is usually the most stable one, but with them in reverse, they didn't live up to their potential. Some of y'all have situations where your father didn't live up to their potential. They could have struggled with their own addictions, or they just were frivolous with their money. They wasted a lot of it, okay? Or they couldn't keep their thing in their pants. And I feel like we're popcorning around. So on some level, for those of y'all that have, dated people similar to your father, or you try to stay away from people similar to your father, definitely a father wound here. There's mother wounds here as well. But with the King of Pentacles, it's in an archetype of someone that's supposed to be a provider, someone that's supposed to be stable. hard to surrender. It's hard to submit to that type of energy because with the Five of Swords, Six of Pentacles, like you wish that wasn't the narrative for you, but you've had a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't have rainbows and lollipops in these streets. You just didn't. I'm hearing sit in it. Some of y'all gonna want to click off. Not being able to save your mother or not being able to save your father has you out here. It's like I can't save myself. I can't save the people I love closest to me. So I'm gonna save other people. And some of y'all hide it behind you hide behind your fame, your success, your career, your persona. That's where the hope is. You place all your hopes and dreams that you couldn't achieve off for the people that you love the most. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. But you got to understand where the pain stems from in order to understand yourself. And this is why, we be having to go deep into these messages because Spirit is saying this is the only place where they can reach you. They got to come to Tarot land, Tarotville, and reach you out here in these streets because sometimes either you're too busy or you're not really able to see it or connect the dots or something like that. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you don't feel like you're worthy. Or you could be punishing yourself even as well. Some of y'all give to situations. You overgive out of fear that they will never feel like you're good enough. And then those are the type of connections that y'all run into that try to use y'all. I don't know. It's a lot going on here. Like I said, I feel like it's shifting a little bit into a little therapeutic session. Okay, self-healing session. I'm here for it. Let's get the closing message, Spirit. Chariot. Eight of Cups. This is the program that's forcing you to go back to things that you don't want to go back to. I don't care if it's a person, place, or thing. It's still the thing that gets you to say, fuck it. Maybe I'm meant to go back and heal with that person. Maybe I'm meant to fix it. Because you get kind of far, and then you look back. And when you look back at where you've come and you feel like you haven't gotten anywhere you want to be, then it's like you go back to familiar things. Person, place, or thing. So the closing message for you, we're going to pull one card for each one. Blocked. Moved on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. Oh, bottom of the deck. Today, somebody doesn't want to talk to you. Let it go. Move on. Soulmates. We have deep love, unity, connection, possibility. The right person for you is out there. But you got to stop checking for the ones that don't want you. You got to stop checking for the ones that are moved on. You don't need no more closure. They move on, let it be. Close the door. Maybe they'll leave that person one day and realize that they want to be with you. That's the backdoor narrative that's spinning right now. Because you just can't accept that this is over. Okay, no problem. I'm backing out of it. I love you guys. Spirit, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, Taurus.